Visitors team, number 3, number 10.
All right, folks, welcome back to NDP Athletics broadcast team. Tonight we've got an exciting matchup for you between your Notre Dame Prep's Fighting Irish and North Farmington in a varsity girls basketball showdown. North Farmington comes in with a 9-1 record and an MPR of .485. I'm starting to integrate that more into the streams, where MPR is sort of like your strength of schedule, strength of playing statistic. So we will be covering that a little bit more. And of course, your Notre Dame Prep Fighting Irish, 6-4 record with a .499 MPR. The games that these teams have in common, both teams won against Waterford Kettering by a pretty decent amount. North Farmington winning 55-49, the Irish winning 58-36, and then also a game against Avondale. Irish won that one 51-39. North Farmington won that one 51-37. So any indication on the past, looks like we're going to have an exciting matchup for you tonight. I'm Augie Villawan, bringing you all your live athletics coverage, and we're just about ready to get underway here in Pontiac. So that tip-off one and ahead to the Irish. Now here comes Tessa Bordonia, looking for the layup in tight, and that'll be out of bounds on the Irish. We are just about underway now. We're testing out a timer, see how well that'll work for us, as that one handled by Haley Webley. Bearing down on her was the Irish defense as Regina Carpanese takes that one, working her way in, sends that out, far corner, Kaylin Sowers puts up a 3 and drills it. 3-0 lead early here for the Irish. Kaylin Sowers, all-time leading scorer for the Irish. As there's a 3 from Webley, looking to match her. That one in and out, no good. Rebound taken, and the second effort for North Farmington is no good, taken by Carpanese. That's now into the near corner for Sowers. Leading scorer this season for the Irish, and she puts up a 3 from the middle. Backboard in. Already up to 6 points now, Sowers. As Shyla Taryn, the senior, sends that one over to Haley Webley. Although the press coming from the Irish, giving North Farmington a little bit of trouble as Upshaw Arnold moves in, misses that layup. Rebound taken by Nothstein, going to be a jump ball, and that will stick with North Farmington. We're working on the timer. It's going to be a little bit of a learning curve here. As that's thrown in. Handling that is Taryn. Into the far corner, Arnold puts up a 3. That one goes. And now the press coming from North Farmington. That one taken back and laid in. Taryn with the layup there. Although Simon now sends that one over to Sowers. Sowers cuts underneath with the layup. That goes. So both these teams sending in pretty heavy presses. North Farmington sending a much more aggressive one, dropping 2 underneath the free throw line for the Irish, but now the Irish pressing with their own as Webley takes that one, taken away, and Irish ball. Tessa Bordonia throwing that one, and the press drops off for North Farmington, coming out 3-2 man. As Carpanese underneath, spins, looking for a pass. She travels. And that will give possession right back to the Raiders. Throwing that in was Nemeth. And now that's handled by Wembley. Wembley sends a long pass up ahead to Taryn, who's now pulls up from the free throw line. That one rattles out. Rebound handled by Carpanese and the Irish. As now Bordonia has it coming down the far sideline. Carpanese crosses Webley. Has that one knocked away, but possession going to stay with the Irish. I forgot to start the clock. Now there's a long two from Theular, handled by Bordonia on the rebound. Bordonia looking for options underneath, sends a hook. No good, but rebound taken by Simon as she sends one of her own. Rebound now handled by Nemeth. Now sends it over to Webley. Webley working down the near sideline, crosses towards the middle, almost loses it, up and down, taken by Theular. She's dribbling, working her way around, passes it off Webley to herself, into the corner, Sowers. Fakes the 3 underneath, puts up a mid-range, rebound loose, and handled by Nemeth. So after a big scoring take, after some back and forth scoring to start the game, it started to slow down a little bit, as that is taken out of bounds, and the Irish will throw in. Carpanese back. Bordonia throws it right over to her. So Carpanese up top, switches hands, into the paint. Bordonia backs up, puts up a layup, and good. Tessa Bordonia had a huge game last time these teams played, was the leading scorer for the Irish. That's brought up ahead to Nemeth. Nemeth has that one taken away. Simon throws that in, and Bordonia knocks it away, but now that's back to North Farmington, held by Webley at the near arc. Over to Nemeth at the far arc. Nemeth throws that one, and that's knocked out of bounds by Carpanese, but that's off of Upshaw Arnold, and the ball will go back to the Irish. That one thrown in to Carpanese. She handles that up top. It's a pick from Sowers, into the corner. Simon, now into the paint. Bordonia, through contact, no good. Kennedy handles it, gets it taken away by Theular. Theular knocked over and fouled. First foul of the day, that one called on 33, Waylon Kennedy, the senior for North Farmington. Bordonia gonna throw that in. That's into Sowers, now back over to Bordonia. Bordonia looking, cutting was Simon, who lays that one in. Great move by Audrey Simon. Cuts behind the defense and lays in the rock. Handled by Nemeth, now cuts across, sends it over. Webley puts up a long 3. Off the brick, up in the air, handled by Bordonia. Bordonia stops, now gonna work underneath, trying to find it. Taken away by Nemeth. Nemeth, no help. Jump ball, that's going to be Irish ball. 3:31 left here in the first. Irish lead this one 12-5. So North Farmington comes in with a 9-1 record. With how low their MPR is compared to the Irish, it's not a huge surprise the Irish are leading here. They've had some big wins against relatively easy teams. The Sowers cutting in underneath into the paint. Layup no good off the front of the rim, handled by Webley. Double team coming from the Irish. Webley sends that one up to Kennedy. And now that's into the near corner. Nemeth almost loses the handle on it and does. Possession to the Irish. Just some ball handling issues early here for the Raiders. Been giving the Irish plenty of opportunities as now Simon gets double teamed and now Bordonia has it. Over to Simon. Into the corner, Carpanese puts up the three. No good. Rebound taken by Upshaw Arnold. Getting pestered by Theular, now passes that one off to Nemeth. Nemeth lobs it up ahead. That's Jacoby underneath. Lays that one up and good. Theular up ahead to Sowers. Sowers has a 2-on-1. Simon underneath, foul. There's another foul on Waylon Kennedy. She's got 2 already. And 2 shots here for Sowers. First free throw up and rolls in. Sowers up to 9 points now. Now, I'm not entirely sure as to how accurate, if I might have misheard, but apparently Sowers is, at the beginning of this game, was 20 points away from hitting 1,000 on her high school career. So we'll see if she can hit that mark as that free throw falls out. So now Webley going to handle it. She sort of quarterback this Raiders team. She sends a long pass over to Jacoby. Jacoby on the far arc. Up top is Parker. Now into Kennedy. In the near corner, Nemeth. Over to Webley. Sitting up top. And now that is to Parker. Back over to Webley. Into the paint, looking for Kennedy. Or apologies, Nothstein. And now back out to Webley. Parker on the way deep. Now onto the near elbow. And underneath for Nothstein. That layup is good. But now here comes Carpanese with some speed. Now tapers off and spins into the corner. Looking for Sowers underneath. Knocked out of bounds by North Farmington. And some subs coming in. Carpanese and Theular coming off for Kushiba and Montano. As Bordogna sets away to throw it in for the Irish. Throws it backside to Kushiba. Kushiba's layup no good. And that is out off of Campbell Bordogna. Possession going to the Raiders. Sowers leads all scorers with 9. Tessa Bordogna and Audrey Simon each have 2, as that's up top to Webley. To Parker. Parker looking into the paint, taken away by Sowers, who now works her way in. Underneath, lays up and in. So Sowers leads scorer here, as that's a long pass over to Jacoby on the far elbow. Now up top, Parker. Back over to Jacoby. Has that one knocked away over into the hands of Kushiba. Kushiba working underneath. Has Sowers, elects not to go for it, but goes out off of a Raider. Possession going to stick with the Irish. And Bordogna set to throw in here once again. Throws that backside to Sowers, who's fouled. That foul on Jacoby, who only has 1. And I managed to forget a pencil, so we're going to trust my memory. First free throw, no good for Sowers. Irish still yet to foul here. See if they can keep that up. Now that second free throw from Sowers goes in. So 12 points so far. That's handled by Webley. Spinning, sends that across for Jacoby. Almost loses it, now getting pressed by the Irish. And a timeout called. We're going to try to get close enough. So we will tally up fouls. So I believe, yes. So Kennedy has 2. Jacoby has 1. And the Irish lead this 16-9. So again, like I was saying earlier, while on paper the Irish being a 9-1 team might seem like a huge deal, the MPR difference showing that North Farmington actually has a somewhat lighter schedule. Their only loss came to Walled Lake Western. And other than that, they haven't had a ton of super competitive games. They were close against Avondale and close against Stevenson. Apologies. That's into the corner. Webley now into the paint. Underneath Nothstein and a travel call. So with 38.6, it clock's a little wonky. Irish have it. Press subsides. As it's now over to Montsno. Montsno sends a three. Off the rim and out. Rebound into the corner. And thrown underneath to Parker. Parker stops with 25 left. And that's over to Nemeth. Back up top to Parker. Now Jacoby into the corner. Webley. Wide open three. Puts that one up. Off the rim. Rebound taken by Nemeth. Works underneath. Sends a floater. No good. Down to 10 seconds. Back to Webley. Puts up another three. Rim no good. As Montsno handles it. Kushiba over to Sowers. Has that pickpocketed. And that takes us to the end of the first. Augie Villawan here with NDP Athletics Broadcasting, bringing you all the live NDP athletics you could ask for. As it stands right now, Notre Dame Prep leads North Farmington 16-9. Sowers leads all scorers with 12. Tessa Bordonia and Audrey Simon both have 2. The scorer for North Farmington is Darcy Upshaw Arnold with 3, and then Nothstein, Jacoby, and Taryn all have 2. So no fouls on the Irish so far. Three have been called on North Farmington. Waylon Kennedy, the senior, has 2. And Michelle Jacoby, also a senior, has 1. So I've been throwing around this NPR acronym a lot so far. Let me break down what it means for you. Directly from the MHSAA, where they plug in all of their information. So NPR is the computer rating formula similar to RPI, which is a way to measure a team's strength relative to other teams based on the games that they play. So if you play a really weak opponent and beat them, yes, you're a good team, but your NPR is not going to raise a ton, purely because you're not playing a team that is surprising to beat. Now you go and have a huge upset against a team that you're not supposed to beat, your NPR will rise. So now that is up top Webley. So we'll get more into the nitty-gritty of all that stuff later on as Jacoby sends that back up top for Webley. Over to the far elbow. Parker backs off into the paint. And Nothstein lays that one in. Nothstein up to 4, now leads the Raiders in scoring. 16-11 the score, but Sowers working underneath. Nice move and the layup. 14 points for Sowers as Webley handles it. Jacoby back over to Webley. Webley surveying. Sends it to Jacoby. Jacoby, 3 from the far elbow. Rolls out, rebound taken by Sowers. Sowers slows down, getting pressed by Jacoby. Dribbles it off her foot. Montsno with a nice move. Over to Kushiba. Kushiba, Sowers, puts up a 3. No good. Rebound taken back by Kushiba. Spins, lays that underneath. No good, but a foul call. That foul called on Nemeth, her first foul of the day. As Bordonia throws that underneath. Sowers. Off the rim, no good, but Sowers gets that rebound. And now we'll look to set up a more settled offensive possession, but she puts up that 3. That one no good. Rebound. Bordonia steps out of bounds.
Hey, go, Rocket, get in it. Tessa, get up. Tessa, get up.
So Carpanese subs out Montano. Seems like the Irish been playing a little bit more of this press trap defense as Taryn moves in but travels. tried spinning around an Irish double team, but also took about 5 steps along with it, and now Bordonia throws it in. Addison Kushiba, the freshman, sends it to the corner. Carpanese knocks down the 3. 10-point lead now for the Irish with 6:05. As Webley handles it. Sends that up ahead. Upshaw Arnold passes that one off to Webley. Now to Jacoby. In the paint, underneath. Rebound, loose, and taken by the Irish. Carpanese foul. Sure, we'll see who that foul was on. That foul on Jacoby, who now has 2 on the day. Guma comes on for Sowers. And the Irish will set to try to lengthen their 10-point lead. Kushba over to Carpanese, back to Guma, and now into the paint. Bordonia spins over to Carpanese, getting pressed, working underneath. Sends a floater, and good. She's now up to 5 points. And that's sent way high over to Jacoby on the near sideline. And handled by Nemeth at the near elbow. Back down to Jacoby. Surveys and now up top for Nemeth. Back down to Jacoby, now into the paint. Upshaw Arnold spins, no options. Long 2 from Jacoby. Falls through. She's up to 4 points on the day now. Cutting in the lead, Irish still lead by 10, however, as Kushiba working against Webley and sends that one out for some extra help to Bordonia. Bordonia crosses, working underneath. Sends up a floater, rebound, loose, handled by Kushiba. Now that's Campbell Bordonia, knocked away, Carpanese into the paint. Kushiba has that one taken away once again, and Webley handles it. Irish bench has been pleading for fouls. Webley sends a floater. That rattles through. First points of the day for Haley Webley. Sowers checking in. And into the corner for Guma. Guma sends a pass back door to Campbell Bordonia, who lays it in. So Campbell Bordonia gets some scoring started as Webley holds it up top. Webley now sends it to the far corner. Jacoby puts up the 3. Way off. Rebound loose off of an Irish player. So Tessa Bordonia getting subbed out for Kaylin Sowers. Addison Kushiba getting subbed out for Paula Thayular. And then Izzy Guma getting subbed off for Audrey Simon. So both seniors on the floor for the Irish. So Webley here to throw it in. Surveying her options. Throws that up top. Knocked away by Carpanese. Carpanese with some speed. Loses the handle on it. Sends up a layup. That is in and good. Carpanese having a great game. She's been averaging 2.3 points per game. She's up to 7 already. As that's over to Parker. Now Jacoby. Back up top to Webley. Irish in this relaxed zone, been forcing the Raiders to work as Jacoby sends up a floater from the free throw line that's off. Rebound loose and jump ball. And jump ball gonna go to the Irish. As Campbell Bordonia subbed out by Emily Guma. And Sowers handles it for the Irish. Sowers up to 14 points, cuts underneath. Hard foul, and looking like it's going to be some free throws for the Irish. That foul on Jacoby, that's her 3rd of the day, so in a little bit of foul trouble now. It's no shooting foul, so Carpanese throws that one in. Sowers lays it in. Sowers having a huge game today, 16 points. So we're under 3 minutes. Handled by Parker, now into the paint. Arnold sends it out, Jacoby, long 2. No good. Rebound taken by Taryn, that falls out too. Simon battles for it. timeout taken. And that's a full timeout, so 1 minute timeout. Alright, so while we have this full timeout, I'll walk you through the plan for the rest of the week. Today was a snow day regardless. Covering women's basketball versus North Farmington tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. We'll be covering boys basketball as they take on Detroit Loyola. And then nothing Wednesday or Thursday. However, on Friday, we've got the doubleheader for you. Men's basketball versus Genesee and girls basketball versus Genesee. And in between, we will have the second Notre Dame Prep Athletics Hall of Fame inductions. We'll give you guys the live coverage for that one as we get set to bring in some more of our all-time greats in Notre Dame Prep Athletics. So that will be Friday. Coverage will start at 5:30. That is boys basketball. And then at 7, we will have girls basketball. In between will be the induction ceremony. So a basketball-only week this week. North Oakland on a bit of an away stint. Heading towards the end of their season. Of course, if you want to catch up with all your Notre Dame Prep North Oakland Eagles hockey, make sure you guys check out the link in my Instagram if you're already watching here. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications as Nemeth puts up a long 2. Rebound taken by Carpanese. Spins away from Webley and now will take it across half court. Puts brakes on, has that one taken away by Taryn. He now steps back and hands it over to Webley. Up top, 2:30 left. As Upshaw Arnold goes for a layup, that one does not fall through. Rebound taken by the Irish. And Thayular into the paint. Campbell over to Sowers. Sowers through some contact, gets it back. Another one gets her own rebound. That one no good either. As Campbell Bordonia knocked down. Some miscommunication from the Irish, and that ball will go to Webley, working in with some speed, works on Carpanese. Good defense from Carpanese, rejects that one. As Sauer sends a long pass up ahead to Simon, just out of reach. Good eyes there from Sowers, just a little high for Audrey Simon. So now the Raiders will throw it in with 1:45 remaining in the first half. Again, I'm Augie Villowan with NDP Athletics Broadcasting. So make sure you guys tune in for the second half. As that one knocked away by Guma. Guma working down with some speed. Taken away by Webley. Good defensive play trailing there. He now spins away from pressure and passes that one off to Parker. Webley puts up a 3. Off the rim, rebound taken by Tessa Bordonia. And a timeout called by the Irish. So a couple substitutions being made. Yeah, and so just listening into NDP huddle, they are still without a foul. The entire in the first quarter, they had none, and North Farmington had 3. Now in the second quarter, Irish still without a foul. North Farmington with 3 as well. And again, leading scorers, Sowers with 16. Jacoby leads the Raiders with 4, tied with Nothstein also with 4. As Thayular handles that. Into the paint, Bordonia. High dribble underneath and fouled. That foul called on Webley. First free throw for Bordonia, no good. Now we have the second free throw for Bordonia. Irish lead this one by 14. Make that 15 as Tessa's free throw goes through. Not watch. now underneath to Nemeth. Nemeth looking into the paint, knocked away by Bordogna. Webley throwing it in. Staring down Bordogna. A little height difference there. Is that one tipped by Bordogna, handled by Audrey Simon. And now the Irish, with 45 seconds left in the half, work their way in as here comes Bordogna. Has that knocked away and out of bounds. Off of the Raiders. And Bordogna will throw it in for the Irish. Bordogna throws that. Sowers on the backside, underneath, puts up the layup, no good. Rebound taken by Kushaba. Battling, pass that out to Theular. On the 32nd, Theular runs into a brick wall of North Farmington players and a foul. Oop. Apologies, accidentally hit the buzzer button there. Luckily, no, he's not working, so don't have to worry about it. Taryn here to throw in for the Raiders. And Webley handles it. 20 seconds left in this game. Long three from Taryn. Way off the mark. As Bordogna over to Simon. Simon to Kushaba. Kushaba cuts underneath. Layup is right off the bat of the backboard, but a foul called. That one called on Taryn. She only has one so far. Shooting free throws here for Kushaba. We're more at 5 seconds. It's 4.9. First free throw. Bricks out. Now the second free throw for Kushaba. That one is through. First points of the day for the freshman. Now down to 2 seconds. Heat is sent up by Kennedy. Nowhere near there. So that takes us to the end of the first half. Irish lead this one 31-15. I'm Augie Villawan with NDP Athletics Broadcasting. Tune in about 15 minutes with the second half.